There's some things I wish I knew about getting solar, a heat pump, or renewables like battery systems before I actually got them. In today's video, I'm going to take you through some of the tips and tricks that I've learned that you need to know to save you some headache and some money. Okay, let's start off with solar systems, because that's one of the first renewables that most people think about when we're going to power our electric car, our home, or even our heat pump. Size matters, which is why you need to overspec the solar system by about 20 to 30%. If you're just setting it for your needs now, bear in mind that you might get an electric vehicle, you might get a heat pump, or you might have some other electrical needs that might increase in the future. Getting the solar system sized rightly the day you get it means that you won't have to have engineers back to install additional solar panels like I did, which ends up costing a lot more money because you have to pay for engineers twice and extra scaffolding. Now, solar placement I used to think was one of the most important things. In fact, if you've been told you only need south panels, that's completely wrong, because I've got a bit of a wonky roof, and because of this wonky roof I have panels on my east, west, north and south array. Now if you're down under, you might think you only need panels on your north array, but this is why I'm telling you now that having a split array on a wonky roof like mine is actually more beneficial, because it evens out your power curve. East is when the sun rises over here, and when that sun rises I'm getting that power in the morning when I'm more likely to be using it. So this array here is generating the most amount of power in that morning. Then as the evening approaches, which is what it is now, it moves over towards my west array, which is when I come home from work, and again when I'm going to be using the most power. Now the south array, that's great for topping up the battery and for those huge boosts of most amount of electricity. But if you haven't got a perfect roof like mine, maybe use a solar app to work out where and when you're going to generate the solar, or go to evnic.com/heatable and you'll get a link there to measure your roof and do your own solar design. And if you go to evnic.com/solar, there's a review about the heatable solar system, including links for discount off solar and battery systems. Now, heat pumps are game changers if you're wanting to ditch gas, but they're not just set them and forget them fully. They can be, but it depends what you're doing with it. Don't crank it up like a boiler and think that you're going to get instant heat straight away. They need to be setting along, humming along nicely to get the most efficiency out of them. So if you are setting it between 19 and 21 Celsius, that's where you're going to see the best efficiency from something like a heat pump. Now, if you're after a heat pump, go to evnic.com/energy, where there's a link there to get a Daikin or a Cozy heat pump from Octopus Energy, where you'll also be able to get £100 knocked off the total install cost. Now, batteries can be a bit of a Goldilocks situation. Too small and you'll run out of power too early, and too big and you'll be wasting money and capacity that you're never actually going to use. But I went for a 10 kilowatt hour system originally. I've also got a spare backup 5 kilowatt hour system from Livatech here as well. But this Alpha 10 kilowatt system, I was just chewing through it in the winter because of the heat pump. By very early on, 1 p.m, the heat pump with all the other solar issues in the winter just basically meant that the battery was empty. Even using the additional 5 kilowatt from this battery plus this 15 kilowatt, it's only enough to take me through some days on winter, but not most. If you're going to calculate the battery, add about 30% onto what you think you need as a buffer, and this should be about the right kind of part where you're going to cover yourself. Again, you don't want to be covering yourself 100% all throughout the year, because that's the Goldilocks situation where you're going to have something way too big that you're never going to use. Now, another tip I can give you, if you're on something like Octopus Go Intelligent, then charge it up during those off-peak hours and you'll get even more benefit, especially at the moment. As I record this, export is 15p, import with Octopus Intelligent Go is at 7p. You get paid more to export any excess anyway from your solar, so you might as well charge those up fully during off-peak hours and don't pay peak rates like I did and be a complete rookie. Now here's a big one, maintenance. Now I used to think solar panels were basically fit and forget, but there is a bit of maintenance that you can carry out. Now, first of all, I've had bird guards fitted on my solar panels. Best thing I've ever done. It means I can't get birds nesting under my panels. But if you don't have bird guards around your panels, you might want to check that there's not any animals nesting under there, pigeons nesting under there, that can actually chew the wires or damage the solar panels underneath, meaning they're not going to work. Now, another thing you could do, and it's almost like by magic a bird is pooed on the panels, dirty panels can cut the solar array by 10%. So having the panels periodically cleaned can make a big difference to your solar output. Now I get a lot of snow here, I get a lot of heavy rain, so hopefully that'll be enough to keep my panels clean without having someone up there with a brush physically cleaning them. But if you live in an area where you don't get a lot of snow, you don't get a lot of heavy rain, it might be worth giving your panels maybe once every 5 years clean and scrub. Maybe even ask your window cleaner if he's willing to do it. Now, something else to look at regarding maintenance is your heat pump. Heat pumps have a couple of filters in them that need cleaning. Now, if you're on a service plan, they'll do that, but if you're not paying for a service plan, make sure that the Y strainer in the heat pump or just near the heat pump is cleaned out, and then the large magnetic filter to do with the heat pump is also cleaned out. All this muck and grime can really affect the efficiency of the heat pump. Cleaning this out will improve the efficiency of what the heat pump will run at. And finally, batteries. Keep them warm in the winter, so if they're outside, ideally they should be under shelter, keep snow off them, and in the summer, if they're in direct sun, maybe have something to cover them up on very, very hot days. They don't like getting very hot and they don't like getting very cold. Again, back to my Goldilocks theory. Now I got a solar and battery system thinking I'd be completely off grid with the amount of solar and battery system I have, but the fact of the matter is you're still going to need the grid for most part of the winter, and it's more beneficial being connected to the grid because with the right tariff you can get paid a lot for export, cheaper than you can actually import it at night. So make sure you check out evnic.com/energy, where I've got a list of Octopus Energy tariffs, a code there to split £100 with me when you become an Octopus Energy customer. But pairing with the right off-peak tariff and smart EV chargers and using the battery system and export tariffs the best, you can actually make a little bit of extra money on the side of your install, as well as having a solar system, having a battery system. And even if you don't have either of these, the right tariff can make a huge difference to running the cost of an electric vehicle. Remember, don't forget to tweak that solar system. Remember, east, west and south arrays all help. Oversize that battery system slightly to make sure you're getting the most optimal part of it. And don't forget to sort out that tariff, because that's one of the most important parts of it. Clean that heat pump, get it serviced, clean the panels. And if you enjoyed this, like the video, share it with a mate, hit subscribe, and check out this playlist on solar and this playlist on heat pumps.